people, Alphamediaroom back in another one. Yo, we got Joe Budden critiquing Drake's tailor-made freestyle with AI Snoop Dogg and AI Tupac. Let's get straight into it. We're going to play it out, then we're going to give my reaction at the end. Let's get it.
Shit took a roll. Damn hype. Yes, I love it. I loved it. Beat. I didn't love it enough to come in early to do an emergency.
No, we didn't need that. We didn't need that.
I didn't think that. Tupac didn't call for all of that.
No.
Quavo and them, I was still enjoying my off time. But I love this beef ass. Drake did it again.
He did. Yes, he did.
He waited till we came in on a Friday, recorded all day long, and went home around midnight. Say, Vaughn sent that little thingamajiggy to the group text. I said, this motherfucker. Pac came on, the beat was hard. I was like, he did it again. So there's a working theory out there that Drake is effectively boxing us out of any beef talk.
But he's not.
I object to that.
We right here.
Who's us?
Us. This podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, you wait till we tape all Friday, and you get our longest break by dropping as soon as we.
That doesn't mean we got more time to listen.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Not only does it mean we got more time to listen. Two, I'd be real grateful for the vacation. I'd be real grateful to not have to come in 7 hours after something drops and give you all of my opinions about it. And three, and most importantly, some of my audience may not know this. During any rap beef in the 10-year history of this podcast, no one has ever sent me the diss track early. Nobody has ever let me hear the diss track early, let me know what was coming early. They've never played those games with me. This is the one time, rap beef is the one time where a musician like myself gets to feel like a fan. I get to appreciate this shit, listen to it, and hear it like a fan. Do not rob me of my experience by trying to send me your track early, tell me what's going on early, and with media, especially black media, I often feel like that's an exchange. If you're giving me something early, then I have to kind of be gentle or nice with my approach on this. I hit ice on Saturday. Saturday, I got a text from a number I have never spoken to before. That just said, yo, Ye told me to reach out. I'm too paranoid to blame it on this. Y'all already put my face all over the Lil Yeezy Pod ad that y'all did. John Monopoly. We gonna talk. To be niggas in your own fantasy football leagues. And in the next text, he sent me the Like That remix early. An hour early, but it was still early. I don't necessarily love that. I don't really want to be the guy to hear your shit early and then have to come in. I'm still coming in to diss Kanye verse. I'm just never.
Not necessary.
I should.
I'm just never.
Yeah, unnecessary.
That verse wasn't start worthy either.
No.
That verse.
But there's one thing you missed too about potentially boxing us out of any conversation. Bro, we can come in. Like what I said. Like it was like, oh, he's doing this to keep y'all alive. I said, yo, if we ever wanted to, we could all get on the phone. If it was worth it, yo, we going in tomorrow and we can record and catch this shit and
come right back that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can come in here whenever I want. I just don't do that because I know that Drake listens to this more than Kendrick does.
And Pac.
That's literally a fact. If you guys know that, like, yo, every time that Joe says something, it's like Drake responds to it somehow, some way, especially on this AI song. You know what I'm saying? I really did like this AI song. A lot of people really don't like it, but I kind of like it just like Joe do, which is funny.
No, maybe not. Listen, Pac, don't do that. Pac might. I was trying to figure out what tier Pac subscribes to.
Do y'all want to start with Drake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all do?
Yeah.
All right.
It's chronological too. Fuck it.
It is. You're right.
It is.
All right. So let me find. What's the name of that shit?
Tailor-made.
Made.
Clever.
Indeed.
There it is.
I listen to Taylor Swift album too. We'll get to that later. That's the real beef.
God's rise again. You can see my eyes again.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Sound like some vintage Dre shit.
He bugged out with that. Sorry.
Sound like some vintage Dre shit.
You did.
That's a hard Dre beat.
Yeah. Salute to whoever did that.
I'm starting that. All right, here we go. The keys with them Dre drums and snares.
God's rise again. You can see my eyes again.
While this plays, one thing this taught me is, I'm so glad that Tupac wasn't Lyrical Miracle. I don't want.
The West Coast Savior. Ain't great your name. It's hip hop history. You deal with this victory. You seem a little nervous about all the publicity. Fuck Canadian, how you get that? Beating on the baby West Coast victory, man. Call them a bitch for me. Talk about it like a young girl. That's a gift for me. Heard it on the Budden podcast. It's gotta be true. They told me the spirit of my belly is alive.
Playing dirty. Playing dirty.
Smart though.
It is smart. He's getting ahead of
Genius.
shit. He's getting ahead of shit.
It's genius. He put all of that shit on me. That's my man, so I'm not going to address it. Yo, that's some smart, calculated shit he did there. We can stop. Come on, talk to me. Give me feelings. This ain't, I want to just start with music.
When I first heard it, I was like, eh.
I love this shit.
Then it grew on me a little bit. It grew on me.
this shit.
I like it. When I first heard it, I was like, nah, this is some blasphemy bullshit. But after a minute,
Because people were offended that, he used Pac's voice and shit like that.
To me, it don't sound like Pac.
It don't.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that was my thing. Like, if it sounded like Pac a little bit, I'd have been like,
It sounded enough like Pac for you to understand what he was trying to do.
Yeah, it sounds like Pac with the Drake, or it sounds like Drake with the Pac
Sounds like,
filter.
yeah.
It's his flesh. Drake,
It's Drake
halfway
flow.
through the verse, I was like, oh, I see what's going on here.
Initially, I hated the whole shit. I was like, this is what are we doing with this AI shit and all of that? But then this is modern warfare today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, you think about a war that's fought between countries. It ain't what it used to be, where everybody just running on ground shooting at each other. They cyber war
It's
and all this
drones
other
and
shit.
shit,
Yeah. This is the music version of that. Like now, technology's evolved. This shit is going to evolve. So you can hate it or you can remain a dinosaur or adapt with it.
I thought it was super creative.
Yeah, it is.
Mad
It's
creative.
cool.
Mad
Yeah, me
creative. Mad
I thought it
creative.
was creative, psychological warfare.
Yeah.
Applying
And
the pressure.
to do that when you're trying to get somebody out of the cubby hole.
He's going.
Even though now I think that's smoke and mirrors, I think Drake is just a genius. I think that Drake knows exactly why he's not getting a Kendrick response yet.
I agree.
So he's just taunting him.
And I think he's doing. He's kind of hitting him with kid gloves a little bit. Like he's not going super hard.
He's saving it.
Yeah, he's saving it.
You can tell.
He's saving
You
it.
can
I have to.
So how do I diss you and still be creative while I know that you're not about to respond and taunt you?
It's also a double-edged thing too. I think that hitting with the kid gloves also makes it look like if Kendrick jumps out and says all the things that we've suggested that he could allude to, it's going to sound like some, all right, dude, you're taking it too far. You know what I'm saying? Like he's being playful in all these disses. Really, he ain't.
Yeah.
He's talking about his shoe size. He's using Pac and Snoop. It's pretty playful shit.
He hasn't said anything that could permanently end the relationship.
Yeah, it's not super venomous. It's hard, but it's not like scathing. Like if Kendrick comes out and says some crazy shit, it's gonna be like, all right, dog,
Yeah,
you brought a nuke to a fucking water gun fight.
yeah. Don't feel like gloves.
But that's
on.
the trick about it, though, Parks. That's the trick.
Mhm.
I think, like Joe said, I think it's genius what he did. You know what I mean? The two people from the West Coast, well, Pac from these, but two people from the West Coast that Kendrick may look up to. And I think that having them talk to him about your lack of response to this light-skinned nigga, I think is creative, but I also think it's deeper than that. Even if I think he needs to respond with something crazy. Me.
You're talking about Drake?
Kendrick. Yes, I think Kendrick needs to respond. I think that all these tactics and antics it makes the hit deeper for me.
I think he baiting them.
He is.
And I think Drake got the venom in the tuck too.
I'm sure.
So what you said was kind of like, but I think Drake is ready for the venom.
I think he is too, but I just think it can be perceived by the public if he goes on some super,
Think so?
all the shit that you could say about Drake. I think people might look at it, depending on how the song sounds, as like, damn dog, like he
Or
was
that
just
could
kind of
work.
playing around with you.
Or that could work in reverse.
It could.
Like, yo, you keep poking the bear. You keep
Yes,
poking the bear.
exactly.
You poking the bear. Now you bit your ass. Like now, yeah, you should have left him alone.
He applying different type of pressure. He's applying
Because
pressure.
the one thing that stand out to me in this is, all right, you're applying Drake. You're only targeting Kendrick in everything
Yes.
you're doing.
This time.
Well, I mean, you
Dropping 50,
Yeah,
50 had everybody.
that was mostly about Kendrick. I threw a little shots at the rest of y'all,
Yeah.
but I'm Kendrick is my target.
Mhm.
But you're ignoring the person that popped all of this off. That's what I keep looking at. Like, when are you going to say something in the future outside that one line on "Drop and Give Me 50"?
What Future said to him though?
The whole album, all of that shit was a diss to Drake. Like him and Metro, they
don't
dissed
trust
you.
you.
The "We Don't Trust You," the first record, you addressed the whole "I could never be your number one fan," but they have been playing with you, recruiting Kendrick on this, recruiting Kanye on the remix. This is Future in them playing with you,
But Ice,
but you ignoring that.
let me say this. I think that Joe said something earlier about how Drake listens to the podcast. I feel like when we were talking about it, we didn't highlight anything that Future did really. I mean,
Honestly, this is one of my favorite Drake diss songs that he dropped, specifically because of the fact that it was old school, the fact that there's a new element with an AI in it, the fact that to me the rhyme scheme was better in terms of like how I wanted it to be, kind of more of like, creative. There is lines to where you could tell that it's very soft jabs, but it's like good enough punches to where it's like, okay, this is directly to one person. And I didn't like push-ups because of the whole lack of creativity, the whole 7-foot shoe size, and the whole pop essence of it. This one right here was more rap, old school. It's like he literally listened to the pod when they was talking about the AI. Like, yo, if Drake ever got his hands on AI, then it'll be crazy. That's when you know the AI is definitely stamped in music. He got his hands on it, and he used it, to me, kind of very well in terms of a diss that you have to diss someone from the West Coast using their idols on a song, you know what I'm saying, dead or alive, and talking as if they're having a conversation with Kendrick, or like a voicemail or something like that. And then Drake's responds to Snoop Dogg at the end. It's just it's more creative, is kind of what I wanted. Like when I tell y'all that he's the greatest actor to ever rap, that wasn't just a statement I made off of hate or all this stuff that y'all try to push, because when people tell the truth about Drake, they just label it as hate. I'm literally saying that this is the greatest actor because he can play the role of Tupac, even though he's using his Drake flow. It's the conversation that he's having, because you have to act it out while you're rapping as if you're like the Tupac person before the AI goes on top of it. So his rhyme scheme, if it's just Drake voice, you can tell that he's acting, right? So and then he goes into be himself. So he plays Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and then himself. That's very creative, and I got to give you points for that, just off of the fact of the creativity of that. Like, I think there's some things that might go over people's heads when in terms of like actual metaphors and similes and stuff like that was lacking from push-ups. But this one right here kind of gave me some of it. It's not all of what I wanted in terms of like how they're talking about go off the edge, like poke the bear enough to where now you gotta respond, and just like there's no friendship no more. Like Kendrick Lamar has that type of song, and I know he's gonna drop an ether for him. So then Drake's gonna have to respond with the song that I know he already has made, because that's what he's alluding to in a lot of his songs. He's like, bro, I'm ready too. Like, they both ready. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play one more clip from basically them talking about the tailor-made diss, you know what I'm saying? And make sure you guys go into the description below, where I'll have the Joe Budden podcast Patreon, where you can watch the actual full episodes and a lot of this stuff, or their YouTube channel, where they really go in depth as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Drop the like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's been Alphamediaroom. Let's hear this one, and then let's move on to the next one.
I would review 26 street relationship, she out of your shoes. You supposed to be the boogeyman, go do what you do. Unless it's a moment that you tell us it's not on you. In that case, it's nothing left to say, I just pass the snow.
Yes, you. Hey, what the fuck you really have to do? Pass you the torch at the house of lose, and now you gotta do some dirty work. You know how to move, right? Right? I know you've never been in jail or with jumpsuits and shower shoes. Never shot nobody, never stabbed nobody. Never.
Snoop getting off. Snoop getting off. I used to hear Pop and Snoop get off. They going crazy. Thoughts. Anymore? Or let it play what? Talking.
Snoop goes crazy. Snoop's got the best verse on the song.
Snoop went off. Snoop going off. All right.
Nothing by letting know when it's the homies that empower you. But still, you gotta show us fucking how who's boss on the west. Now's the time to really make a power move. Right now, it's looking like you might not be game planning how to lose. How to walk up the wrong tree and then get your head popped in a crowded room. World is watching, it's just game. You gotta move. Got you with the OG, never fucking got at you.
Oh, now you go. Now you go. I like this shit. I like this shit. I like this shit. I saw a lot of y'all having a problem with
Use AI.
Drake's usage of AI. I don't.
I don't either.
Not only don't I, but if I did, I knew that a version was coming when he was taking it off. That's how simple that is. Hey, off.
Take the filter off.
Hey, it's me now. Now that's me. And that still would have been fire. If he just is rapping as Pop, but him like,
I tried the pocket. He told me to tell you this, and he just.
I'm not mad at anybody on the West Coast having a problem with his usage of the West Coast legends to kind of do some divide and conquer shit. I'm not from the West, so I don't have that.
Understood.
I don't have that.
They are upset though.
They should be.
They are very upset.
They should be.
Very upset.
Real niggas should feel like this is a misusage of Pop and Snoop, but Pop.
Yes,
Pac particularly because he's passed, obviously. He's Pac, but Snoop is kind of.
You don't use our fucking
legends,
our dead legends, to diss the only dude that's holding it down, or one of the only dudes holding it down.
Yo, psychological warfare, Joe. That shit is crazy if you think about it.
Right now, it seems like you posted up without a clue. What the fuck you about to do?
Yeah, that's the truth. I'm definitely about to come around the lane gang and let my fucking power move.
No, don't come off of Snoop like that. Hey, thanks a lot. Pardon me for a second. He is so sassy. He's so sassy. Hey, thanks a lot. But pardon me. I'm definitely about to come around the lane gang and let my bowels move. I'm about to just have a bowel problem around the lane gang.
Big dog.
Yo, that is a sassy nigga there.
Shitting on you niggas from a whole different altitude. Hype the style like how we use. The first one really only took me an hour or two. The next one is really about to bring out the coward in you. And now we gotta wait a fucking week to tell us with the new top. And if you about to drop, she not in the cool. This girl really about to make you act like you're not in the few. She tell her make the schedule and you out of the loop. Hate all you corporate industry puppets, I'm not in the mood.
Yo, that's my fucking problem. You're always full of shit when I'm not in the mood. I am not in the mood for this today. I had a bad start to the morning when you pull this shit. Think I'm in the mood for this?
Caught me at the right time, nigga. Caught him at the right time.
I love how this nigga just talks like a straight A Toronto student and a flame, nigga. This girl is definitely about to have you acting like you're not in a feud. Newsflash, buddies. You are in a feud with me.
And I'm waiting on you.
You're waiting on Taylor.
And you can't even.
That's hilarious.
The frustration.
All right, but wait. No. Let's shit on this nigga for a little bit. Not shit on, but let's unpack this. Why does he keep making these references? Is it just battle shit like the Taylor top shit? You waiting on her now? She got to press the green light for you. Ant is scheduling your schedule around her with her and not telling you. You don't even know. That's back to Drake alluding to people's business that they don't know. I said that before the internet killed me. It's fine.
Music business shit.
He might know.
No, but only the two of them know.
I don't understand.
They two of the three biggest people in urban music. So them two might know what's going on. Taylor might be up there on some equity stake. She's big enough.
I don't think that's what
Equity stake in this?
No, I'm saying like behind the scenes record business shit.
I
If he could get a stake, she can get a stake.
Absolutely.
Oh,
that's Taylor fucking Swift.
That's Taylor Swift. She
was about 2 million.
This is so interesting to me that Drake is spilling this tea, if it's tea. It could just be braggadocious battle rap.
I think it is.
You a bum and you got to get out the way.
Because
and-
Taylor's here. Yeah.
I think there's a hint of truth in all of it.
Because nobody's going to drop
the same
what
thing
Taylor
I've
dropped.
said a million times in this pod, so I'm not going to keep repeating it. But yeah, the big stars are getting chunks of everybody's shit.
Fact.
And the big stars, if you're on a label that has anything to do with them, they are pushing your shit back until Taylor Swift comes out or any of these A-list stars. It is what it is. And they're taking your shit.
Facts.
You niggas talk loose like I'm not in the room. Since like that, your tone changed a little. You not as enthused. How are you not in the booth? You feel like you kind of removed. You trying to let this shit die down. Nah. Not this time, nigga. You following through.
That might be my favorite part of the whole
Force
shit.
them for the battle.
That might be my favorite part.
That is
Force them for the battle. Nah, not this time, dog.
No. You gonna follow through this time.
Not
Gotta follow
nigga.
through. Gotta follow through, nigga.
Tired of you.
Since like that, I'm noticing that your voice sounds different.
Not as enthused.
We don't hear
Which
you.
is funny
so
because
much.
we heard eight.
You're whispering.
It don't matter. When like that came out, you sounded excited, nigga, and now I don't hear you no more.
Yeah.
Did you lose the thrill? Why are you not as enthused?
Did you think I wasn't going to pop up and say something back to you? What did you think?
The problem with Drake's plan, and Drake should know this as the guy that's been on the other side of the plan, right? Like, I'm just going to ignore somebody. He's been there before. I'm going to ignore this. I'm going to let this pass. The problem is, if the nigga just keep ignoring you and the other person has to write, eventually the writer, it will slow down. Like, Drake ain't going to just keep firing at a mute target. And it's going to sound nuts if he just continues to come out and say, hey, I'm waiting. That's still writing, unless you're not writing. Unless you're not writing it, that still is time that you have to sit down.
But
Kendrick don't sound like he's coming out to play no time soon.
But look, if you
He sounds like he's packaging that album up to roll out with the big Drake disc, like it's the Heart Part 7 or some shit. 6. Well, I'm saying 7 because he might drop a Heart Part 6, and now my Drake disc is Heart Part 7.
if I'm Drake though, again, I just put my music out. I just wrapped up my tour. I got time, my nigga,
And money.
and I'm
home.
I'm bored.
And I'm not
thank
gonna,
you.
I'm not
picked
gonna
the
put out no.
perfect time.
I'm not gonna put out no complex shit because, to your point, it's gonna take away from me writing. So I'm gonna just put out some light.
Yeah.
And he just told you
Silly shit.
the last joint only took me an hour or two. Whether he's just talking or not, he's saying I'm doing this with ease. I haven't really sat down and locked in yet.
Or I got some of the complex shit back
Yeah,
there.
that's waiting. I can keep doing these.
How are you not in the booth? It feel like you kind of removed. You trying to let this shit die down. Nah. Not this time, nigga. You following through. I guess you need another week to figure out how to improve. What the fuck is taking so long? We waiting on you. The rest of y'all are definitely involved. Y'all getting it too. As soon as you get the courage to drop, I'm out on the loose.
Yeah, so that was basically the clips that I wanted to play for you guys. Drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the description below if you want to watch the full Patreon episodes or the Joe Budden episodes from his YouTube channel. Go support him because he's definitely the #1 voice in hip hop. And we have to stop putting other people like Adam Crackerhead 22 next to him and other people trying to put next to him. Like, no. This is the person that Drake put on his song. All right, this is different. Drake ain't rapping about no white boy. All right, let's keep it a bean. But either way, back on the real reaction, basically, what I'm saying is that Drake tailor-made this. Yes, if I'm from the West Coast, I would be extremely upset the fact that they're using someone of an idol that lost their life, and they're very California representative because they're not born in Cali. You know what I'm saying? New York, we got all the best talent. But either way, all I'm saying is I'm not in New York either way, but it's just funny because, you know what I'm saying, they got all the best talent. But either way, Cali, you know what I'm saying, that's their idol. That's Nipsey and Tupac. If you know one thing about Cali, it's just the big two, you know what I'm saying, is them two. And matter of fact, the big three, because, you know what I'm saying, Kobe Bryant. It's Tupac, Kobe, and Nipsey. Like, you can't disrespect these type of figures, you know what I'm saying, especially in a rap beef, you know what I'm saying. You from Toronto, I feel like it's very disrespectful if I take myself out of my East Coast bias, right? Because I'm in the East Coast and stuff like that, but I'm more in Florida and stuff like that. But, grew up in New York. So, like, I have, like, the New York bias as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the fact that one side of the coast is going to look at it one way, and I feel like the other side of the coast is going to look at it another way. But if I take away those things out of my reaction, and I just go straight into what I like about it, is the fact that just rapping. Like, this is the MC Drake that I kind of like and that I always talk about, that I want to see more of. And he just came out there, and even though it's very light in terms of it's not really a diss, the way that he did it was showing me that, okay, he's a chess player and that he really wants this battle. So he's poking the bear, and he's basically trolling him. So everything that he says in that song, Tailor-Made Freestyle specifically, if Kendrick uses it, his fan base, like Drake's fan base, can be like, oh, well, you just said everything Drake already said you was going to do. So it also makes Kendrick have to look at, oh man, he's trying these type of moves to where he want to guess what I'm saying on my diss song because he don't know where I'm gonna go with it. And that's why Drake is doing this. Drake doesn't know where is Kendrick head at. Like, where does he want to take it there, or does he just want to keep it in between the lines of just rap industry stuff like Taylor Made and all that stuff like that? But if he's talking about Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar has to work his way around it, well, Drake also alluded to in his song, also said in his song that Taylor Swift's the only one that can move his album back a week in advance or something like that, is the only one that can make him stop from his album dropping. So I don't feel like it's a diss for Kendrick, because I feel like everybody has to push themselves back for the white supremacy artists. And you guys got to understand that's what they're trying to do. So Drake is just toying with him. It's really like toying, but I like the hip hop essence of it, because there's nothing like an old classic Dr. Dre type of beat with Tupac rapping and Snoop Dogg flow and his voice. Like, Snoop Dogg voice is always iconic. So when you're hearing that with the Drake flow, I'm trying to tell you, the Drake flow is a science behind it. I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all really study the Drake flow, J. Cole did it on 7 Minute Drill, the first half of it. Like, the Drake flow is one of the best flows because it just sounds good. It's just something that just always works. It really never fails. You know what I'm saying? But even though if your ears are trained to hear the Drake flow, you can hear it all throughout the Taylor Made Diss. Even while the AI is on it, you're really just hearing the Drake flow. So it's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I really respect that song a lot more than I did Push-Ups. And this is probably the most alternative reaction based off what people are usually known for me saying about Drake. But I said it in my tailor-made freestyle reaction. I was like, this was the one, this is the type of thing I want. If you exclude the AI from it, I would still like it because of the way that he's talking to Kendrick. Like, bro, like, yo, I'm ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like the talking at the end because it's like, yo, Drake, you really not tough. But it's like, because I guess his accent make him not tough. I'm just not intimidated by Drake at all. Even when he talk, like, it's like, bro, come on, my boy. Like, who calls my boy? Like, this is someone you're in a diss with. Why are you going to my boy? But besides that, the whole entire diss was actually pretty good. For me, it was way better than Push-Ups. Like, way better. Just because of the hip hop essence of it. Like, honestly, I give kudos to hip hop essence. I give kudos for also the innovation. Because we're in a new age where you should be able to use technology like AI and different stuff to armor yourself up. If you're Iron Man, you know what I'm saying, you got to use your suit. You know what I'm saying? I expect Drake to do that. I expect Kendrick to go more cerebral and more authentic, using, like, you know, like the worst of a weapon he's going to use is nunchucks or a sword. So, like, lyrically, like, you know what I'm saying? So Drake is someone that I consider more of like a Iron Man, maybe even Captain America. I mean, they're gonna have some type of suit, like steroid up to where they're gonna become this super being, or because, you know, Drake came in the game real scrawny, now he all big like Captain America. Like when Captain America went into that little pod thing and then came out Captain America. So that's the same thing how I feel about Iron Man. When Iron Man started off as Iron Man, had a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, drawed out his suit, got his armor, upgraded it over the time, boom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that type of energy. I feel like Kung Fu Kenny is legitimately Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Like, he self-proclaimed himself that, especially being on the album of the movie and all that stuff like that. So if he's not that, then he's something else. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to call him Spider-Man or something, like, but like, he's definitely something that's like agile, quick, you know. If it was DC, like, he would probably be like Flash or something. Like, I don't know, like Kung Fu, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Kendrick Lamar has an ether for Drake, but I feel like Drake has a great response back for him, because I feel like both of them, like, depending on how Kendrick goes, I feel like Drake is going to go to that level to where he's going to get nasty. And I want to see how nasty he can get. Pause, no Diddy, you know what I'm saying? I really want to see how he can specifically attack Kendrick, because this is going to be one of the greatest boxing matches of all time, just off of the two best artists that we know that have the pen game. We're not talking about success or career or stats. We're talking about pen game, penmanship, and there are the two of the best. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what y'all theory is, who y'all think is going to win, which side of the war y'all on. Are y'all more on Future side, or you're more on Kendrick's side? Or matter of fact, I feel like Kendrick and Future and Ye, all them on the same side. So which side of the war are you on? Are you on their side, or you on Drake? I think in Bimes, or are you on J. Cole's side? Because J. Cole, he ain't even in the mix. So are you just not in the mix and you just like both artists? Let me know if you're J. Cole. Let me know if you feel like you Drake and you just by yourself defending Drake against everybody. Let me know if you the everybody that don't like Drake because Drake has done foul stuff and stuff like that to the industry and nobody really want to speak up on it. Let me know what y'all really y'all real take is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was obviously a solid song. And shout out Joe Budden for basically dropping such a powerful reaction to it, because he seems like he very much enjoyed it. Like, you know what I'm saying, honestly. And it's crazy that, you know, I feel like Joe got good taste in music, because I feel like that's a song that I mess with too. Like, I actually liked it a lot more than Push Ups. And the way he was reacting is how I was reacting to it when I first heard it. I'm like, bro, this is lit. This is rap. Like, yo, let's go. Like, talk to him. Like, yes, I want a battle. I want a great battle. So now I can't wait for Kendrick Lamar to drop. Peace. It's been your boy, Alphamediaroom. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.